Yes, what's up, everybody? A little right about now. So glad that you are tuned in, watching our fun jam-packed show we have happening 479 First on CTV right here at KNWA. Betsy joining me from Fayetteville Athletic Club. We love having you on, Betsy. We missed you last week. We had Zach Arns
Missed you
in
so much.
the studio. You know, if
But
you
I'm so
missed
glad
that
Zach could
episode,
be here.
yeah, if you missed that, it was a good chat with Zach. You can check
Yeah.
that out over at 479 First. We do have a new look to our 479 First. If you haven't been there in a while, we have different. I guess the shows are identified differently, right?
It's easier to navigate, I think.
You can find all of the
Yeah.
episodes of this show as well as all the other shows that we do here at KNWA. Easy to navigate, and you can go back and watch old content. So you should check that out if you haven't done that already. Let's just get into it right now.
Let's do it.
Right now, Betsy and I are involved with a play that's happening at Arts Live Theater. So
We
I
are.
am directing this show, which is a version of the Odyssey. If you don't know that story, it's an old one. It's been around for centuries. And Homer's Odyssey and Iliad, right? That's we kind of like pair those two together. This is the Odyssey story, which is the epic journey of Odysseus trying to get home, and he makes various stops along the way, and he
has
always
a little bit
encounter.
of ADD.
Yeah,
along
he
the
encounters a lot of I don't know what you want to say, a lot of unplanned mishaps.
Interesting side quests.
Interesting side quests is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's where we get the big Cyclops Polyphemus.
Mm-hmm.
Just the general idea of a Cyclops came from Homer and this story. The
I
being
didn't
a
realize
big
that
monster.
that's actually where that originally
Originated.
even came from.
Yeah. So, we got a lot of great actors. I think they're like all the way from 10 to
Great
14 or
kids.
something. Great
Yeah.
kids.
Well, I think our 10-year-old just had his birthday.
Okay.
So now they're 11.
Oh, was he?
to-
Okay, that's right. Kellen
Yeah.
just turned 11.
Just turned 11.
So, and Kellen is playing Polyphemus, the
Mhm.
Cyclops,
He
as
plays
well.
the Cyclops.
And it's a really fun show. I'm just plugging it because if you're in Northwest Arkansas, the last weekend of January, it would be a fantastic opportunity for you to come out and support these young kiddos who are working so hard at Arts Live Theater on Sang Avenue in Fayetteville. Small space, small intimate space. But what's really neat, I just did a interview for the Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette yesterday. And the guy who was interviewing me was blown away at how we've kind of taken this show in its own direction. So we know the story, right? But what we're really doing is kind of a Shakespearean trope, which is putting a play within a play. So you might be familiar with this from Midsummer Night's Dream. We have the play that's happening with we're following all of the fairy creatures and all of that. And then there is the play that Bottom and his crew put on, right? So it's a play within a play. That was the first time that had been done, by the way. Another originated
Look at you, just full of
idea.
all of that
I mean,
knowledge.
I'm putting my master's degree in theater to good use right now.
It's about time.
Yeah. But anyway, so the idea is that all of these kiddos, they're teenagers and they're stuck in an airport in Greece. They went to Greece to perform the Odyssey, but they didn't get to because the
Didn't get
theater
to.
festival they were going to, the theater burned down.
We've all
So-
been there. We go to do something, it gets disrupted, burns down. We get
burn it down.
We get stuck in the airport.
So they're stuck in the airport on the way home, and they decide, hey, you know what? We're in Greece. We've got a 2-hour flight delay. Why don't we just do our play right now?
Right here.
So they launch into using found objects that are in the airport to tell the story of the Odyssey, pull out stuff out of their backpacks. And another thing that's interesting is that the audience also gets to be part of the play because they're all going to be folks who are at their gates waiting for their flights to leave as well.
Little did you know, you are stuck, delayed at the airport too.
That's right. If you come to this play, you certainly are. And we're doing something different where we're not just doing a proscenium style show, which is a show that people are used to where you sit here and the play takes place in front of
Out
you.
there.
Instead of that, we are bringing the play to the people. So we've got a lot is happening. If you picture like an airport, you got the big aisleway in the airport and you've got gates on the right and left. It's the same idea. We're performing sort of in that aisleway
the
right
middle.
there in front of the people. And so anyway, it should be a fun time. last night I was not able to make rehearsal. So Betsy, let's just catch up because you were there. You're sort of serving in this. I'm going to say you are the everything. You are the stage manager. You are the assistant director, assistant to the director. You're sort of the through line, kid wrangler, all the things. Because Charlie, your son, is also in the show.
He's in it.
But last night, some of my great friends and colleagues were able to do not only the photo call, but also run a little bit of a rehearsal. So let's just catch up. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually made it all the way through from start to finish, prologue through everything that we've blocked. Not that y'all would have any idea what
we're through scene 7, and I think
through scene 7.
All total, there are like 11 scenes in the show, so we're over halfway with our blocking.
Yeah, so we made it all the way through. Kids did an amazing job. Julie does such a good job of just bringing them back to getting them off of their script, because they've got a lot of lines. So they're still kind of relying on their script in some places.
Yeah.
But bringing them away from that and making them really start to focus on being out and putting their actual acting attitudes into what they're saying and drawing these characters out of these kids.
Yeah, she does great at character work, which is what she and I had talked about yesterday.
We worked a lot on that yesterday, and they did an amazing job.
Good. I'm excited.
So they're ready for you to be back.
See what they accomplished tonight. You know, I know we have just a couple of rehearsals left this week. I would love for us to be finished blocking the play. I don't think we're going to quite be there, Betsy, but
yeah.
And for those of you who might not be familiar with that term, when we say blocking, that simply means the staging of the show. So like I'm telling the actors where to go during the play. During this portion of a blocking process, of a rehearsal process, they all have their scripts in hand. They're taking notes, writing down where they're supposed to be so that when they go home and rehearse these lines on their own, they can remember what they're doing and where they're supposed to be. So I'm hopeful, and I think we can, early next week, we'll be done with the blocking, which means it's more of an opportunity for us to get those scripts out of their hands and have them, really dive into their characters. But I'm glad they were able to make it through. We had photo call last night, so publicity photos. How did that go? Is everything okay with that,
That
Betsy?
went well. It was actually really fast. It went very, very, very quick. We had a lot of time to get to focus on the play itself. It went great.
Did they all remember what to wear? Did they wear the right thing? For the most part?
Yes. I think we had one that we kind of had to adjust what they were holding.
Sure.
But it was not a big deal.
So, that's not the screen. Now you're seeing my emails. That's not what I want you to see. How do I get this over there?
You want Jason's?
There you
Jason's email.
Here we go.
So photos went well. They got through them quickly and got to jump right in. We even have some of the bigger portions, bigger monologues, bigger sections of speak.
Yep.
That the kids are getting, and
That's
they're on cue with each other. They're being able to jump right in. They aren't having to follow along quite as closely.
That's fun.
I loved that they knew exactly where they were going through everything we've watched
they
so far.
have good memories, and I think that yes, they've done a great job. I feel like we have a great cast this year. I direct at least one show there a year, and no shade on previous casts really, but I can speak to this one.
Lots of shade.
No, I can just speak to this one specifically.
I'm kidding.
They are dialed in, like they're focused.
They're in it. They are great. They are coming into practice touting their mythology knowledge.
Yeah, I was going to say they're also a bunch of Greek mythology nerds also, which is kind of fun. So here's the setup right here. You see it on your screen. The Odyssey. Odysseus won the Trojan War 20 years ago, but he still has yet to arrive home from his victory. From a raging Cyclops to a beautiful woman who wants to keep him for her own pleasure, and even a pair of pushy parents who want him to marry their daughter, his journey has been one full of obstacles. Will Odysseus ever reach home and be united with his beloved wife and son? You can find out January the 29th through February the 1st at Arts Live Theater in Fayetteville.
And again, if you've not ever been to Arts Live, if you've not ever watched a play there, if you don't even know it exists,
That's right.
this is a great opportunity to come see. Bring your kids if your kids have any interest in acting, musicals, plays. They
What
can,
have you seen? I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
just speaking to that point, this Charlie did like a class or a camp
Charlie
there,
did the little class camp thing called the Twits.
and now he's jumped into this.
Now he's
And
jumped
what have
into
you
Odyssey.
seen? Like, why did you want to get him involved in acting, and maybe what skills are you hoping as a parent that might be instilled in Charlie during
Yeah,
this
so
process?
Charlie started a couple of years ago, just really being interested at school in choir, in musicals. We take our kids to Theater Squared, Walton Arts Center, and they really, really love doing that. And then one day after we watched It's a Wonderful Life
At Theater Squared?
at Theater Squared,
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, no, it was the Christmas Carol
Okay,
at
so
Theater
last year's
Squared, and
Christmas
he
Carol.
saw
Yeah.
kids in it. It's like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be. And so I knew Arts Live was around, but hadn't really looked into it before because nobody had really had a whole lot of interest in it. But when you start to look for ways for kids to get involved in theater and expand, Arts Live is huge. And so just doing some talking and some looking and finding out that you were involved with it, it was like, this is where we're going. Mark is amazing. I'd met him several times here.
Right.
And Charlie just fell in love with it instantly. And so we're all in.
All in. I love
All
it.
in.
It's a great space. It's a great space for kids to learn theater, learn all different types of theater. So I can't speak highly enough about it. You got to come see the show if you're interested in that. Okay. We got a lot to talk to. I know
So much.
we're coming up on where we need to take a break here.
Uh-huh.
But when we come back, let's talk about some pop culture things. We've got Golden
Okay.
Globes to talk about. The Olympics are just around the corner. And we got some PEEPS to try.
Peeps.
I can't believe, is it PEEPS season?
It is apparently already peep season, which, I mean, I guess we've all figured out that at Walmart, you get, before one season is even over,
Right.
the next is
Here.
here.
So it's Easter already, basically.
Right. So they're here.
Okay. Well, let's try those. You got to stick around because we'll have all that fun coming up after a quick break. Stay with us for more right about now.
Now?
Now.
Now.
Yes. We're back. A little more right about now. Right about now. It's happening right now.
Right now.
So many things in the world of culture, entertainment, also sports are happening right now. Right about now. How about the Golden Globes?
Golden Globes.
Got to talk about the Globes.
So Golden Globes happened this past weekend.
They did happen, and there were a lot of awards handed out.
Yes.
And a lot of people that folks thought would win did go
And
ahead and win. There were a
yes.
couple of surprises,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't even feel like those surprises were like, what? They were like, okay, yeah, I can see that too. Maybe it just
Right.
wasn't the person who they thought was the front runner. You know what I mean?
I think the awards end up always having a lot of, I hate to use the word controversy, but controversy around them anyway. Conflict. People. Everybody has a different opinion. We're supposed to have a different opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. And awards are not always based off of who had the biggest, flashiest, whatever. They're looking further into the actual character acting, how it performed in the box office, how the writing was, how the music was. Like, it goes so much deeper than just who was your favorite.
Sure.
And there's always going to be some back and forth there, but I was not surprised by most of the winners.
We're looking at an article posted on USA
Mhm.
Today right now, and they're talking about the best and worst moments. So they said that one of the best moments was Nikki's monologue. She mocked the Department of Justice, CBS News, Leonardo
She got into
DiCaprio
it.
in a cutting monologue that she opened with. And it's kind of sad to me, I have to be honest, because I'm
Mhm.
not, that kind of comedy always puts me on edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost wonder if that's more if people like it more who are actually in, it feels a little bit inside. Like if you're
I get
in
that.
Hollywood,
I get
you
that.
like for Leo to be poked fun at, or you like to go
Yeah.
after these things. I'm just like, why can't we celebrate? We're here to celebrate. Why we got to be throwing, jabs at things? But it is what it is. People liked it, I guess.
I'm totally down with that. I get, they're using their platform to
Sure.
try to make a bigger statement, and then they want to make it a little bit more personal to all the people in there. But
Right.
again, us out in the audience, those of us that are watching it from home, we don't necessarily know all of these things about these people. I guess if you were one of those that's just really, really engrossed in entertainment information every day, maybe you would. But a lot of the jokes fly over my head.
So I'm the same. The
Yeah.
next sort of best moment was Tiana Taylor winning for her role in One Battle After Another. It was a little bit of a surprise because she
Yes.
took it from Amy Madigan, who had just won for the Actors Guild, Screen Actors Guild Award, I
Mhm.
think, for her role in Weapons. Both roles, both ladies performed phenomenally. But
Oh, yes.
she certainly is worthy and deserving of this award, which makes it kind of interesting to see what's going to happen at the Oscars, because you've now got
Right.
at least two people who've won acting awards in that category. So what are we going to do when the Oscars roll around?
Yeah, that's I'm excited for Tiana Taylor. I thought she did an amazing job.
Yeah, but did you see Weapons?
But I didn't see
Exactly.
Weapons. And that's so I don't feel like I have, really a lot of I
Right.
can say which one I really liked better, because I only saw the one.
Both of them are streaming right now on HBO Max. If you have HBO Max, you want to go stream One Battle After Another
I
or
guess
Weapons.
I do need to go watch Weapons.
You can. It's a great. It's a creepy movie.
Yeah,
I liked it. I love stuff like
we've
that.
talked about this before. It's not
your jam.
my jam.
Yeah.
But Tiana Taylor, I did think that she had a fun speech.
You're right. Yes.
She did a great job of being excited and thanking a lot of people, and then kind of putting in her own little personality there too, and making sure everybody noticed how well she was dressed in her gorgeous outfit. I
Right.
always love to see the outfits and the red carpets and things.
Well, they're saying that the worst, according to USA Today, was the
Mhm.
playlist. They did not like the playlist. And I assume what they mean when they say this is like the songs that played at the
Between-
venue, but specifically also played when they were coming up to accept their awards and things like that.
So traditionally, an orchestra plays,
Right.
and they use music from the different movies that have been
And they had a DJ
nominated.
this time.
And this time it was a DJ.
Right.
And from what I understand, it was the music of all of the different nominated movies and whatnot, but it was a DJ. So it was just a completely different feel, and people really like the orchestra.
Yeah, I agree. It feels a little bit classier.
Yeah.
I think that on people who received awards whose soundtracks weren't bangers, they substituted songs. So,
Yeah.
like, Stellan Skarsgård accepted his Best Supporting Actor to the tune of Usher's "Yeah, yeah, yeah,",
Yeah.
and then One
Which-
Battle
oh,
After
Lord.
Another,
Excellent
the
movie.
director, the filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson walked on stage to Party Rock Anthem. So,
And the thing about One Battle After Another, though, the soundtrack, the score
yeah,
was a banger.
yeah. So why wouldn't you use
So
that?
why wouldn't you use that?
The one nod that they did give, and I did see Macaulay Culkin's speech, which I thought was really sweet,
Yeah,
but they played Return of the Mac when Macaulay Culkin walked on stage.
which is
appropriate,
fun. A fun
right?
little play.
Yeah, fun little play on his word.
I loved
name.
that he pointed out the fact that he does exist
In fact,
outside of the
exists.
holiday season.
Yes, yeah,
I'm a real boy.
yeah, totally. Best Fran Drescher pokes fun at Nikki's annoying voice while introing Macaulay Culkin, which is kind of fun. It's a little bit inside, but when actors kind of give jabs at each other, it's sort of fun to see.
Well, and Fran Drescher is very known for her voice, and
Right,
in
course. If anybody can say it, it's Fran Drescher.
right. In Marty Supreme, you don't get the super nasally Fran Drescher, but
Right.
she is very much known for her voice. So, I think that one can hit, even if you don't exactly understand it. I think that one can hit.
So this is one that's going around on social media too,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Rose Byrne explaining that her husband was at a reptile show.
Yeah.
Bobby was at a reptile show when she
Talk
was
about real
winning
life.
an award. Hey, look, we're all busy. I get it. No tea, no shade, man. You got to do what you got to do, you know?
I mean, I don't know though. Would you not want Jill to be there if there was even a chance for you to win?
She would be there. Yes. And that's so rewarding as a husband to not have to worry. Like, I'm like, yeah, she would be there. Maybe she wouldn't. Maybe there would be something really exciting happening
That's
that she's
true.
like, I got to go get a lizard.
I'm telling you, if Dean had something else he wanted to do,
Yeah.
he would probably go do whatever the other thing was, and that would be completely fine because that's him,
Just
and I
roll-
know that's
roll with that.
just how it goes.
So her exact phrase, I'm just going to quote her. I
Yep.
want to thank my husband, Bobby, who couldn't be here because we're getting a bearded dragon and he went to a reptile expo in New Jersey. So thank you. Thank you, baby, she says to Bobby. You know, hilarious.
He's doing it for their kids.
Yeah.
Their family is getting
What a
this
sacrifice.
thing. That's
I also
Okay.
wonder if when you've been to a ton of award shows, I know that you might be winning, but
I can
doesn't
see
it
that
feel like
gets
it's a
kinda
lot of
old.
work?
Yeah. It takes them an entire day
If they don't even
to
start
get ready for these.
And then you got to go, if you win specifically, but you got to go to all these after
Yeah.
parties.
You have hours of red carpet beforehand.
Yeah.
And apparently they only feed them appetizers and airplane
They showed
food
us
now.
what the
It
menu.
was tiny. It looked like a minuscule girl dinner.
Like, think that you went to a charcuterie board, but
Mhm.
not accidentally, but there were only small plates.
was it.
And you put as much you could on the small plate, but that's
Right?
it. That's the size of
all.
your meal. That's
You
all
got
you
like
got.
3 pieces of cheese,
Yeah, 3 pieces of cheese is about
rolled
it.
up piece of turkey.
Okay, and then they bring up
Mm-hmm.
one of the worst things being pin dropping this year's nominees. What does that mean?
So they've done this before. It's where when they are showing, instead of showing the crowd or showing people, it's kind of one of those fillers in and out as they're doing different things. So if you've ever had somebody drop you a pin, like,
Yeah.
hey, come meet me here, and you drop a pin.
Yeah.
It's the Google Maps drop a pin. So it has all of these pins over this picture of an audience with the person's name by it. Rather than
Got it.
showing the people, it shows you where they're sitting
Weird.
within the audience.
Feels like it's something we did 10 years ago, honestly. Pin dropping, too. I mean, I get that we
Right.
still do that on Google Maps or whatever, but it's not like it's new or the novelty is worn off. I don't know.
And honestly, I would rather see where the person is sitting by you panning and showing their table than being over the top of them and just kind of seeing where
Yeah.
they are by a pin.
Weird.
I don't know. I think somebody thought it was cool, and
And we've stuck with it, or we
We've
brought
stuck
it
with
back
it.
anyway.
yeah.
And then the last one they bring up is Don Cheadle surprising George Clooney.
Yes.
That both of them starred in Ocean's 11 together. That was kind of a fun moment.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Kind of, and they again picking fun at each other. But
Yeah.
I feel like in a way that most people, whether or not you've even seen Jay Kelly,
Right.
that most people can kind of follow along with the way that they were picking fun at each other.
All right, let's take another short break here. We have more to
Let's do it.
discuss. As we mentioned at the top of the show, the Olympics are upon us just around the corner. We've got to talk about some news dealing with some skaters and some fun things that are being announced now that we know what is being set up for the Olympics. And then we're going to try some PEEPS because, hey, like it or not, Easter is almost here,
It's
according to Walmart. And
around the corner and down
through the
road.
woods and over to grandmother's house we go. But yes, it's coming up. And you should stay with us. We've got more coming up right after a quick break. Yes, yes, yes. Happy right about now, everybody. Happy right about now.
now.
Okay, Olympics. Let's talk about Olympics really quick. There's a lot of fun. I love the Olympics. Do you guys watch the Olympics, and do you watch the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics, or do you find that you just gravitate towards one or the other?
We watch both. Yes, we do watch the Olympics. We watch both. And typically in our house, a TV or a computer or an iPad somewhere is kind of always playing something. So even if it's not something that we're super, super interested in that moment, we've got it on and we can kind of refer back to it. You can check in with it, see where it is. We're keeping up with medal counts and all the things. One of our favorites, however, is figure skating.
Yeah.
And it is fun to watch. It is always every year it's shocking to me, and I think where you really notice it, I think because they make just such a big deal about it, is how close to the actual Olympics the Olympic teams are announced and
No,
made.
the trials. I I could be wrong about this, but I believe that some of the trials just happened in St. Louis
Mhm.
maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
So they are making sort of
just
last
happened.
minute decisions. And it's like, yeah, you get a good shot at getting in, but you don't really know. And so I
Mhm.
never realized that either. For those athletes, could be on the world stage, don't even have a plane ticket. But I've already bought plane tickets for this summer, you know? So, like, I can't imagine not knowing where you're going.
Right? Ticket sales for LA have start today, well, sort of. But and
For
the
the
people
Olympics?
for the Olympics
Yeah,
in LA, the Summer Olympics coming up in 28, and they are just finding out if they've made the Winter Olympic teams.
wild.
That's happening in a couple weeks.
Yes. So a lot of folks, like you're talking about with figure skating, made the
Mhm.
cut or didn't make the cut
Yeah.
in St. Louis. Um, you know, we had the Razorback Hockey Club on Good Day in WA,
They are fun to
and they are super
watch.
fun, and they are really all in on. We ask them about hockey,
Uh-huh.
obviously, and we want to hear that the United States is going to win. Like, you know,
Of
that's what you
course.
want them to say. And of course, they're going to say, we know who the big ones are,
Mhm.
Canada
Mhm.
and Russia, right? I mean,
Mhm.
like those are traditionally been teams that rise to the top.
The heavy hitters.
These guys said Finland. They said a lot of another Scandinavian country. It seemed like they were almost all in on teams coming from Scandinavia.
Well, that's fun.
So I think it's kind of fun to have something new. I don't
Mhm.
know how you feel about this, but both football right now, we're in. You know, you got
Yeah.
college football happening, and I love the fact that a lot of teams this year that were in the playoffs were teams that you wouldn't normally have in the playoffs. And even those teams that are normally in the playoffs, they got beat in the earlier rounds. So
They
that was
did.
fun.
I love a good underdog story. To
Yeah,
me, it makes the whole thing more interesting. If someone comes out of the woodworks, you never hear about those teams, or they're always you hear about them because they're always on the losing end of the brackets,
totally.
and suddenly they're doing an amazing job.
Razorback fans know what we're talking about.
Exactly. Exactly.
And, you know, with the NFL, sort of the same thing is true with their
Yes.
playoffs. Some of those heavy hitters and
Mhm.
legacy teams that have been at the top for so long, not making it as far this year. So it's kind of an
No.
interesting year in the wild world of sports. I'm sure that will change. Still got to figure out, you know, our own, like in the NHL, what's going to
Mhm.
happen there this summer when the finals
Right.
come. Major League Baseball, we're probably going to see the same teams up there again. But
I'm
it's
sure.
really have
But
a
maybe
fun
not.
moment. And I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe you just described it. It's really easier to root for an underdog. And I don't know if that's culturally like just where I am. I don't know if some people maybe are like, you know what? They're the top dog and I got to cheer for them because they're always going to win and I don't have to pull my hair out and worry.
Right.
For a while, I jumped on, don't tell anybody this, I
Uh,
jumped on the Alabama bandwagon
oh no.
when Nick Saban was coach
Hey, don't
because
add
I'll
us.
tell you why.
We're good.
Arkansas was always losing, right? I was
Mhm.
pulling my hair out.
Yeah.
Start cheering for Alabama, didn't have to worry about anything. Always won the championship. Let's go.
I totally get that. I do totally get that.
It's different now, but I went through that phase.
I am glad that you have come back around to
Oh, it's
Arkansas,
rough.
but I
It's rough.
do totally understand it. It does get hard
I mean, I
to
still cheered for
continually
Arkansas at that
cheer for
time.
the team that you know,
I have to say that.
especially when it's fun to watch a winning team.
Yeah.
Um,
But then they get annoying. I feel like you know, and maybe it's the personality of the athletes, which becomes a personality of the team. But there are some athletes I'm like, oh, I just can't stand you. You've gotten to the point where you are cocky.
yes,
And
you go
that
in it.
annoys
You
me.
already go in it with this attitude of like, why do I even bother? Because we already know they're going to win.
Yeah.
And that player already knows they're going to win, and they show it, which I mean
Right.
is to a point deserved. You've played really well, and
Sure.
you
But also, you make a
are winning.
bazillion
But
dollars and you're
come
on the world
on,
stage, and you know, normal folks out here, we're struggling to make a buck, and we're watching you chew on your mouthpiece in the NBA games. I mean, just grow up a little bit, Steph.
wonder who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and my husband and I actually kind of differ on the underdog story thing. Like
See,
I'm a big fan of the underdog. I like the underdog, but he is Um, he would rather have the team that down the road when they are again playing the next better team
Yeah.
is going to make the better game there. Does that make sense?
It
So
does make
like,
sense. Yes. So it's hard for me also to cheer for a major underdog. Like in the college football playoff this year, James Madison was in there, and I was
yeah,
like, they don't, they don't, they don't stand a chance against their
right.
opponent. And even if they do make it through the next round, that game is going to be the most boring game that you've ever watched.
Because
It's
they're
going to be
just going to get
right. It's
crushed.
going to be 100-0.
Right. You
So
lucked out here.
right.
But so I can see it both ways, but I do still like an underdog story.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I like to pull the unexpected.
Yeah. Of
People
course.
don't think you can do something and you can.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
pretty
good
cool.
point. So figure skating, anyway,
Figure
and the
skating
Olympics, they're all
and the
coming up. I
Olympics.
really get into like the stuff that happens on snow. So all the moguls and
Stuff that
freestyling
happens
down
on
and
snow is a blast
the long jump or the
too.
high jump or whatever they do. I love that kind of stuff.
And if you have you ever? I'm sure I know, Jason, that you've not
Figure
figure skated, but
skating,
you've
yeah.
ice skated and
Yeah.
you've
Yes,
skied before.
I was just ice skating this past weekend.
Those things are harder than they
Oh my
look.
gosh, I could never speed skate, but I could particularly, my ankles are busted just watching figure skaters,
Mhm. So then you watch these people just floating around like the ice is just super smooth and they're jumping
It's
and
really
they're
beautiful.
doing all of the things
And grabbing their leg and pulling it up over their head. And I'm
right.
like, what?
That's hard enough on solid ground.
I'll tell you what's hard enough is just skating on one foot.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It
And
definitely
yes, you're
is.
right. And pulling your leg over your head on solid ground is almost, it's impossible for me, but
So if you've ever actually experienced either of these sports,
yeah,
you realize just how hard it
difficult.
is and how easy they make it look.
They do make it look easy. They do. Anything else that you're looking forward to with the Olympics? I think you've said you like figure skating. Is that
Love
your
figure
top?
skating. Figure skating is probably my top.
Uh-huh.
Any of it. So it's whether it's the individual, the pairs, the ice dancing, all of that is a lot of fun. I really do enjoy the ski sports, the snowboarding. I'm excited to see this new skimo that's going to be out.
Oh
We
yeah,
talked
that's
about
right.
it
We talked about it a couple weeks ago. That's right.
Ski
Remind what that is.
mountaineering. So they
Yes.
are cross country skiing,
Right.
but then they actually have to traverse up a mountain,
Yep.
and then ski back down the other side of it.
Yeah.
So just taking cross country skiing and adding a whole nother element to it. Speed skating is really cool. All of the luge and the skeleton and the things where they're flying
I
down.
can't believe they do
and-
that kind of stuff. It's wild.
Oh, it is insane to me, and I'm the type of person who likes an adventure.
Yeah.
And scary doesn't necessarily pull me away from something, and I would not touch it.
Here's one that's not scary at all that I always, no matter which Winter Olympics, find myself getting sucked in.
Okay.
Curling.
Okay.
I will
Yes.
get-
I get
it's-
that.
I get sucked in and I'm like, oh, is he going to, whatever. I don't know the terms, but like, scrub harder, man. You got to get
Right?
or don't, or make the thing stop and whatever they're called. I forgot they call them some weird name, coconuts or something. I don't know.
I can't remember what they're called either, and I totally should. Because they actually have that at the Jones Center. They have people.
Yeah,
that do
yeah,
curling at
totally.
the Jones Center.
Absolutely. You can do some fun stuff at the Jones Center. They
But
have,
you just almost expect
night
these
curling.
guys to just like saunter back and pop open a beer and just be hanging out, but they're not. They're just completely invested in this game at a level that they can do it in the Olympics. I'm excited about hockey this year. Hockey's always fun to watch.
it's 100%. Okay, wait. Here we
Okay.
go. I'm going
Oh, did you bring some curling up?
to, yes.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right. Here, I'm going to put it up on the screen here so everybody can see this. Yes. So this is from NBCOlympics.com. What equipment do Olympic curlers use? Stones. They're called stones, not coconuts.
I'm gonna call them
Shoes.
coconuts from now on.
Yes. Shoes, broom, gloves, and competition clothing. So that's not hard. I think it's just the stones that was the one thing that I couldn't remember.
Mhm.
Right. And it is actually just called a broom, not a scrubber or anything else. It's called a broom.
But it doesn't really look like a broom. It looks more like a scrubber.
Yeah,
And they're
abso-
scrubbing back and forth.
They
with it,
scrub
so-
with the broom. I feel
Yeah.
like they don't brush. Maybe they do. Maybe it's called brushing. What is that curling stone made of? Well, also known as rocks, curling stones are made of rare, dense granite that is quarried on Scotland's Ailsa Craig, an isle off the coast of Scotland. Specific place that we get
So
this
is that
from.
the only place that you can get a curling
Elsa
stone?
Craig translates to fairy rock in Gaelic.
Huh.
On average, a curling stone weighs 42 pounds.
It's heavy.
It's
friends.
equivalent
It's
to the
heavy.
weight of about 131 baseballs or 101 softballs. That's interesting that softballs weigh more than baseballs.
They're bigger.
They are bigger, but if you hold one, I don't know. I feel like it's just not as dense, right? So the weight is
Yeah.
distributed differently. So,
Yeah. See that.
what do curling brooms do? How do they affect the game? Well, curling brooms allow athletes to control the texture of the ice in front of a curling stone being delivered. By brushing the ice, curlers can influence the speed and direction of a curling stone, typically increasing the distance a rock travels on a curling sheet. So that's interesting, right? That's what they're doing.
Okay.
And if they don't brush or scrub or whatever in front of it, then it allows it to stop, right? So you'll see that at some point they'll stop doing
quit.
that. They're really kind of, how I think about it is creating, and not really creating a divot, but it's kind of like that. They're creating a path, for the stone they want it
runway
to
for the
travel,
stone to
a
go.
runway. Yeah.
And then having to know at what point am I going to stop, that the stone is going to continue going, but it's going to stop in this exact spot where I want it to, where it's either going to knock your opponent's stone. I don't know all the ins and outs of how the scoring works.
Yeah, me either.
But it has to continue to travel
Right.
from when they stop. So getting that right has to be quite a feet. Figuring out
100%.
how to do that.
Yes, there are certain. I think the closer you get it to the bullseye. I'm just going to use some basic terminology.
Yeah.
The closer you get it to the bullseye, the more points you get. If you knock another player's piece off the board, well, then they don't get any points for that piece. So, a lot of strategy goes into it.
Shuffleboard-esque.
Yeah, shuffleboard-esque. That's right. So there's a lot of fun to look forward to with the Olympics this year. We've been teasing this the whole show. So when we come back from this quick break, you know what we're going to do? We're going to try some of these Easter Peeps and let you know what we think about these flavors. Stay with us. More is happening on Right About Now. We're back. We are back, and I am excited to try some Peeps because
Sugary marshmallowy fun.
Peeps, if you didn't know, it is Easter season, according to the great giant retailers out there. So what do you have? These are new flavors.
Okay.
Peeps announced 2026 release lineup, including first-of-its-kind new flavors. These are some collaborations that they've done with the likes of Sunny D.
Yes. So some of
cool.
these flavors will only be available for a limited time. Some of these flavors will be available long term. And some of these flavors are only available at certain places. Like the Sunny D flavored Peep is only going to be available at Target.
Okay.
Kroger is going to be carrying a chili lime mango.
Ooh.
Now, I am actually rather interested in that one. And I'm not a huge Peep person.
You're not?
Even though I love marshmallows. There's something about a Peep. Maybe it's because, I don't know, they always seem just on the stale side.
They always do, no matter when they're fresh.
Doesn't matter. Just get them.
I'm
and
always
they're-
kind of
and
like,
they
are these from last year?
Yeah. But then Dollar Tree is going to carry a tropical punch one.
Dollar Tree getting in on the
Dollar
action.
Tree getting on the action. But then there's also going to be a Mike and Ike flavored Peep, a Dr. Pepper flavored Peep, and a Rice Krispie Treats flavored Peep. But today we have the
What do we have?
brand new Pop-Tarts Frosted Strawberry. So according to Pop-Tarts, the Frosted Strawberry is their biggest selling flavor, and they are now combined with Peeps. So here you go.
Okay, and we're looking
little
at, you can
chick.
see several of these flavors.
Here's my little Peep.
Okay, here it is. Which flavor is this? I'm
This is
sorry.
the Frosted Strawberry Pop-Tart.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I just ate the whole thing, so.
Did you? It's got a strawberry Pop-Tart-ish flavor to it.
Yes.
Okay. The other one we have on hand.
Yeah, I would say They nailed that flavor.
Yeah.
That tastes like a strawberry
It
Pop-Tart.
really does taste like a strawberry
like
Pop-Tart.
in a marshmallow form.
With a little bit of like they put marshmallow in the middle of a strawberry
Yeah,
Pop-Tart.
that's what it is.
So then the other one that we have, this one is a limited time
Ooh.
thing. This is Harry Potter Butterbeer. Now, Butterbeer has a very distinct flavor as well.
Absolutely. And when I think of this, for some reason, I associate all this stuff with Halloween, which is like the
I
opposite
know, this is odd that this
time
is
of year than
out to
Easter.
me right now, but it is.
Okay, let's
So
try
we're going to try it. You just bit off that Peeps head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I actually get it.
I'm waiting to get there. Yeah.
It's there. It's not strong.
No, it's kind of faint. And I feel like folks who
These-
are at a disadvantage who haven't tried Butterbeer or who have only read Butterbeer in the
Wouldn't
books or seen
necessarily
it in the
know.
movies. And what would make me sad is if this is someone's first taste of what Butterbeer could be.
Mhm.
Because, yes, it's there, it's faint, but man, if you go to Universal or even if you try to look up a recipe at home and make Harry Potter Butterbeer, it would probably be more aligned
a
with,
much
than this.
yes, much more flavor involved in it. But I think it's pretty good. And actually, believe it or not, friends, these don't taste stale.
Sorry. Oh, there. It's this camera. Sorry, we're on TV all over the place here. I'm trying to figure out where we are.
everywhere. Yeah, I looked up and was like, why am I over there?
Seems like that camera's working.
It's on. They've been working on a camera behind the scenes. Y'all didn't know that was happening.
For the last several weeks.
They've been working on a camera. So
I don't care what we say.
they no. But these run now. They didn't taste stale.
They didn't taste stale. Where can folks get these two different flavors? One of them is
These two, the strawberry Pop-Tart flavor
Yep.
and the Harry Potter Butterbeer flavor are both currently available in Walmart, but you have to go to the bigger Walmarts, like
Okay.
the super Walmarts, because they have Valentine and Easter already out.
Okay.
I was at one of the smaller Walmarts, and they only had Easter
Got it.
out. I fortunately live in Northwest Arkansas, where there is a Walmart on every corner.
That's right. There is.
So it was super easy to just pop over to a different Walmart.
And those, just so you're aware, those Sunny D ones that we mentioned are available at Target.
Available at Target.
Those chili lime mango are going to be at Kroger, which is going to be delicious. I think I would try those. So my Central Arkansas peeps.
Gonna have to go to a Kroger.
The Easter variety 10-pack is over at Sam's Club.
Sam's.
Of course, you've got the, as Betsy said, the tropical punch flavored bunnies at Dollar Tree. And then the individually wrapped mini marshmallow chicks in assorted colors are also available at your local Walmart. So peep season is upon us. I know people are, it's almost like it is the cotton candy? No, what am I trying to think? Candy corn.
Candy corn.
I got there. It's the candy corn
There
of Easter.
it is. Peeps are a love-hate thing, and people either love them or they're very like, Peeps are the worst thing in
Right.
the world. I feel like people aren't indifferent.
And I feel like that's a very similar story to candy corn. They're
Peeps,
like,
yeah.
I love candy corn. I hate candy corn. This is how you eat candy corn. This is how you can't eat candy corn. People are very strongly opinionated about that.
You know what the best candy corn is?
Please tell me.
The pumpkin-shaped ones.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. Those are the only ones we buy. Those are candy pumpkins.
Yeah.
And
just
I don't know why people
forget the corn
waste the
shaped.
time with tiny little corn-shaped things
The
when you can get so much more
pumpkin
sugar
ones.
for your buck
In the pumpkin
in a
shape.
pumpkin.
In the
And this
pumpkin
is coming
shape.
from a health professional.
Right.
Look at Betsy Rollins.
I mean, that's very similar to the fact that the orange Halloween Oreo actually is better than any of the other
oh, yes.
Oreos.
With those, whatever they put in that dye,
There is
which I'm
something
sure
about that orange color.
RFK has said we're not having that anymore. So we
Probably.
might be the last season for that.
Oh, no more orange Oreos.
Which I have to say, and I should have brought these in. You know what? Let's do it next time. I
Okay.
have tried some of these, I guess they're calling them naked flavors. So that sounds bad. But,
Yeah.
removing all the
yeah, I'm gonna need
dyes
more. Okay.
from everything.
Oh, I get what
So
you're saying.
Cheetos has
Yes.
like Cheetos naked now.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
got some, and honestly, I couldn't tell a huge difference. They were a little crunchier, but the flavor of them was similar to what you would expect.
Several
from
companies have been steadily
rolling that out.
swapping over, even before all of this started,
Yeah.
getting rid of the artificial dyes and things. And honestly, if you can tell a difference, I usually like the one that doesn't have the artificial stuff better. It doesn't have that chemically thing.
It doesn't have that little aftertaste. So
In
you're
it.
like,
Yeah.
It's like aspartame in your Diet Coke, and you're like,
Don't diss my Diet
Hey,
Coke, Jason.
you're dissing those other. Okay, so let's do this. We'll take
Okay.
another quick break here, and we come back. There are several events that are happening and upcoming in Northwest Arkansas that I think our audience will want to know about.
Yep.
So come back
Good
for that. Stay
things.
tuned. That's how we're going to wrap the show today. We'll be right back with a little more right about now. All right, look, we're trying out a new camera shot. We just
Whole new
mentioned
thing.
our engineers were here working on this cam shot, and now here it is. Look at this beautiful cam shot where you can see our setup here
Ta-da!
at KNWA 479
are.
First, right about now. Here we are. You don't have to just be focused on our faces the whole time. You can see the whole setup. How cool is that?
You can see me reach around and
Listen, you don't know. Yes,
Grab
you
my
can see the
coffee.
peeps. You can see all the
things.
pre-work that goes into making this happen. The coffee drinks or the Red Bull or whatever it is
Check
that
all
Betsy
my
keeps.
stickers on my computer.
Yes, for sure. Okay, let's dive into talk. We said before the break we were going to talk about some things that are happening in Northwest Arkansas.
In Northwest Arkansas.
If you're not in Northwest Arkansas, you need to find yourself up here.
Get here.
Get here, and if you are here, you definitely got to invest in at least one. That's my challenge to you. Find one of these events that you can go to. Right. So let's do it. What should we start with? What do you want to start with?
Well, let's see. Let's start with Comic-Con is going to be in Northwest Arkansas.
All right. Yeah, Comic-Con.
We have a Comic-Con. If you are a person who likes that type of thing, what a great way to kind of break into one. They were talking about that on the news this morning.
Yeah.
So that's
we are
super
actually
exciting,
having them
this
on.
weekend.
We visited with them on Good Day NWA. That is happening January the 17th and 18th. Bringing up the website right here.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, that is Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, that's right. And it is going to be there at the Rogers Convention Center, Pinnacle Hills area, Saturday from 10 to 6, Sunday
I fully
from 11 to 5.
expect you to dress up.
I was just saying that how impressed I am with the people who go full cosplay.
All in.
It is so impressive to me that you guys out there working on all your costumes and things. I love it. I love to see it.
It is great that people can still be that playful and that creative, and that's fantastic. So Comic-Con this weekend. But even more stuff happening this weekend. If you are an outdoorsy person like me, except that I don't do cold, so this would not.
So you're an indoorsy person in the winter.
In the winter,
kind of person.
Unless I am doing something. I mean, I go skiing. Anyway, okay, so we're just
now you're confusing our audience.
I am making this a whole thing.
Yes.
The 4th annual Winterlager at Pack Rat. This is a weekend wilderness survival immersive experience. So it's not just survival. They're actually having a chef create their meals for them. So you're going to learn how to build a fire, how to cook on your fire, but they're actually bringing in good food. So in case you're really bad at it, you're still going to get to eat well. So the saying goes, the more you know, the less you need. So Pack Rat is using 3 days and 2 nights of an immersive wilderness experience to learn new skills and sharpen old ones. You are going to not only learn to survive primitive camping in the winter, but enjoy it.
I love it. That's good skills to have. Very cool.
Very, very cool.
We can also talk about the Frozen Toes 5K and 15K that's coming up really soon, too.
Coming up. This is always a fun one. You never know what the weather's going to do around here.
You never know. You never know. They call it the Frozen Toes, but some years it's not very frozen.
Right.
It's always
years where
toes.
It's quite warm. And then there's been years where, it's not only frozen, but it's raining.
Yeah. And this one's coming up, I think, a couple weekends from now. Is it like January?
It's not this. It's 23rd? Not this weekend. It's the next.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, January 23rd.
You're following.
They've got a couple distances. They've got the 15K, and then they've got the 5K distance. And it isn't street running. It is definitely trail running.
It's trail, and it's on Kessler Mountain. So you are going up the mountain and back down.
Yep. It should be a lot of fun there. What else?
So let's see. Men's basketball. The Razorback men's play South Carolina tonight. That's going to be a fun game. Kicking off at Bud Walton. Be a lot of fun there.
South Carolina was last night.
South Carolina was last night.
Yes.
Oh,
Playing somebody new. I can't think of who
are
it
we
is.
playing tonight?
Let's-
Somebody.
We can bring up the schedule.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a game.
There's a game. And then I'm going to bring this one up because I'm super excited about it.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
The Beloved Community Festival put on by the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Council is happening tomorrow night at Crystal Bridges. This is a great big festival celebrating the many cultures of Northwest Arkansas. And it just so happens that my beautiful daughter Kendall will be receiving a scholarship.
Wow. Is
This.
Kendall in college or going to college?
She's going to college. So she is in her senior year, but she's at Don Tyson School of Innovation. So she actually only when she graduates high school, she will also be graduating with a associate's
a master's degree in education.
With an associate's degree in general education from Northwest Arkansas Community College.
Got it.
And she is using all of that
I just realized
to go to college.
I pulled up a
to be
previous
teacher.
event. I'm so sorry about
I
that.
know the one that it pulls up, the one that it keeps pulling up is a previous event. It's
Yeah.
the one from last year.
But it is happening
But it is happening this Friday,
Which is, what's the date?
which is the 16th. Yes. Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes,
The
'cause
16th.
today is the 15th.
That's
so it's
right,
happening
at
tomorrow,
Crystal
the
Bridges.
16th, at Crystal Bridges from 6 to 10. Open to the community.
All the rest of this stuff is still true.
Right. It is going to be a really, really great event with food, music, art, all the different things happening. And Kendall will receive a scholarship.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to leave you on some more good news. This is the final thing that we're going to talk about today. It has nothing to do with Northwest Arkansas. It's just big news in my world, and that is the fact that Betsy is coughing over there. That Labyrinth in Concert Tour returns for film's 40th anniversary. Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time.
This movie has my heart. I can quote the whole thing, top
Same.
to bottom,
Same.
front to
Slap
back.
that baby, make him pee.
Love
So
this movie.
This is hitting 58 cities across the U.S., including Kansas City, which is kind of close to us if you want
Might
to find
have to
yourself
go
there.
to
I
that
know.
one.
It seems like it's a lot of fun. When is it happening in KC? Do you know?
I'd
off
have
the top
to
of your
pull.
head?
Do you have it pulled up? I've got to pull
Yeah,
up the
I'm just kind
actual
of.
date.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh man, it's traveling the world. It's over in the
is.
UK.
it is.
And then it's in the United States.
It's going to hit Tulsa
Tulsa.
in October.
Okay.
That's the one I just saw. Let's see.
Fort Lauderdale.
There's a lot of places that it's going to be. So running through.
Kansas City is on 10/10, and then
Okay.
Tulsa is 10/11. So they're back to back. So those are two that are close to us.
Mhm.
October 10th and October the 11th.
There's going to be a band playing the music of the show
Yeah.
while the movie plays as well.
What fun.
So you've got an immersive live experience. This movie
Yeah.
just really has a piece of my
I
heart.
think it's
and
a
I figure,
generational thing.
Right? A lot of
For
people
sure.
around our age, I feel like,
Absolutely.
really know this
David
movie.
Bowie
This was our
kills
introduction
it.
to David Bowie.
Yes, it's going to be great. So something to look forward to. We love to give you things that are happening now, things that are pop culture references, and things that you can look forward to doing. So that's one of those things you can look forward to doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Right About Now. Jason and Betsy, as always, we love joining you to talk about all of these things that are happening. So thanks for joining us. And remember, as we say every week, you can't be right about everything, but you can be right,
Right about now.
We'll see you later, everybody.
Bye.